Right, you lot, listen up. I'm sick to death of all of you asking questions about how the Axio Nano system works. So in this episode of The Lab, we're going to dive into the system for an overview of how it works. Attention! The Axio Nano system is a group of simple components that can be reconfigured to build different types of motion rigs for photographic and filmmaking tasks. At its core is the philosophy that a motion control system should be flexible enough to do all the things that you can imagine. Flexibility means a system that's able to be changed on the fly. It means small, lightweight, and portable. It also means simple to set up and configure. The Axio Nano system takes lightweight to the next level by extensively using carbon fibre composites and aircraft-grade aluminium in its construction. So how does it work? How does one motion control system provide all this functionality? Well, first we had to break it up into its basic building blocks. Let's start with the Axio Nano receiver. The Axio Nano receiver is very small and lightweight because we've used carbon fibre extensively in its construction. At just 110 grams or 3.9 ounces, the Axio Nano receiver is the smallest and lightest multifunction motion controller ever devised. It uses high-quality metal connectors and has an external antenna for reliable connectivity. Despite its tiny size, we've crammed a whole lot of technology into it. First up is the power input. This can accept voltages from 7 to 30 volts. Axio has a multi-I/O port for external controllers like focus wheels and joysticks. This port also has outputs to interface with camera gimbals. It also has a multi-comms port which contains a USB interface as well as a communications bus which can be used for connecting receivers together and future Axio accessories. Finally, the receiver has 4 outputs for controlling our Axio Nano motors. When plugged into a motor, these ports use our Nano Loop technology, which is at the heart of the system's flexibility. The Axio Nano motors are special. Custom designed and crafted in-house to be light and powerful. They're a core component of the system. Like all of the Axio Nano components, we used carbon fibre and aircraft-grade aluminium to reduce the weight of these motors down to just 160 grams, or about 5.6 ounces. Despite their small size, the motors are extremely powerful and very responsive. Axio motors look like standard focus control motors that as a filmmaker you may have used on a set before, but they're very different because they're also capable of moving an entire camera rig. When used as a set, each nano receiver can control up to 4 motors, making it a 4-axis control system. Up to 2 receivers can be linked together via the communications bus for simultaneous control of up to 8 motors. Let's take a look at a couple of the rig types that you can build with just Axio Nano motors and our receiver. As we mentioned before, the form factor of the Axio Nano motors is very similar to a standard focus motor, but it's much lighter and it's been designed with a much wider operating range than a typical Phys motor. 1, 2, or 3 lens ring control is possible with just a receiver and 3 motors. Take a look on the Axio Lab channel for our video tutorial on how to set up a Phys rig for focus pulling. One of the other exciting features of the Axio Nano system is its ability to control some of the functionality in gyro-stabilized camera systems. By connecting the nano receiver's multi-I/O port to the stabilizer, pitch and yaw can be controlled by a second operator using the app. When combined with Axio Nano motors, this can provide a complete second operator solution with one person running the stabilizer and the second person controlling framing, focus, iris and zoom. We'll be releasing information about which stabilization systems it works with and some of the run and gun functionality that will be available in the coming months. The final component in the Axio Nano system is the Nano Pancake. It's a deceptively simple device which allows the nano motors to control camera motion. By simply swapping gears in the motor, the Pancake can control a wide variety of different types of motion axes because the motor has been designed from scratch to do this. When combined with our Nano Loop technology and the mobile Promoco app, a wide array of control possibilities opens up. One of the simplest ways you can use the Motion Pancake is as a single axis for controlling and automating pans with one motor. The Promoko software allows several different types of program to be run on any number of axes. These include 2 keyframe motion, time-lapse and stop animation. You can even do 2 passes with different program combinations for composite special effects. By simply adding an L bracket to the setup, you can easily create a tilt or pitch axis. You could also use the L bracket to turn the system into a roll axis. Because the Axio Nano receiver is so small, it can be mounted directly to a camera's hot shoe with only one external connection to the power source. So if you don't have a cage for mounting accessories on your camera, you can still attach the receiver to your rig, keeping it neat and simple. Keep an eye out on the Axio Lab channel for tutorials on setting up a single axis motion system and what sorts of shots you can get with just a single axis. The Axio Nano motor comes with 2 sizes of gear. This is the only mechanical change you need to do if you want a different function from a motor. The large gear is typically used for lens control, but it can also be installed when you want to configure a Motion Pancake for straight line motion. By changing the gear to the larger size, you increase the speed that you can travel in a straight line, but you lower the amount of weight you can safely move. With the addition of an interface plate, the Motion Pancake can be connected to a slider. We're working on a variety of interface plates for different makes and styles of slider, so you can use our Motion Pancakes with them. Once the Motion Pancake is attached to the slider, a timing belt is run through the central axis and secured at both ends. The hub of the Motion Pancake has a matching gear which interfaces with the belt, making accurate linear motion possible. In addition to using third-party sliders, we'll be releasing a slider for use with the Axio Pancake with all the hardware required pre-installed. If you already have Axio Nano motors, you simply need to slide lock them onto the Pancake to use our slider. The timing belt is one of 2 ways that the Axio Nano system can provide linear motion. A capstan version is also available, which uses a small, ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene core rope. This version is very flexible because it can be used to make many different types of rig, including flying foxes and self-propelled dollies. For the ultimate in control flexibility and reliable operation, you can also use one of our Axio Nano tilt pan heads. It utilizes our proprietary quick lock system, making adjustments extremely easy and toolless. Like all other components in the Axio Nano ecosystem, these have been constructed using custom designed, lightweight and extremely rigid carbon fiber brackets. The entire tilt pan assembly weighs just 1.4 kilograms or 3 pounds. With this head and 4 motors, you have access to a fully automatable tilt pan slide system with control of 1 lens ring. The tilt and pan axes simply require an Axio Nano motor to be slide locked into position, just like any other axis in the system. The tilt pan head also has integrated hard stops which are fully adjustable. Cable management is simple and easy with this tilt pan head because it allows access through the centers of all of the axes. This means that the axes can rotate freely without you having to worry about cable snagging. The Axio Nano tilt pan head comes with all of the accessories required to make a fully functioning 4-axis system. It can be purchased as a kit with a receiver and motors, or if you already have some of the parts you need, it can be bought separately. Axio isn't just another motion control robot. It's a system with components that give you control over all the creative possibilities you can imagine. How you use it isn't defined by rules and convention, but by you. And we believe that's what filmmaking should be. If you want to learn more about the Axio Nano system, subscribe to our channel where we'll be posting how-to videos and just fun ideas about crazy rigs that we're building in-house.